All right. Welcome to the Beer and Bullshit Show. Woo! I'm the host, Chris Bennett, and gosh, 4 years of the Beer and Bullshit Show. Um, Thanks to the I don't know, probably 1,000, 2,000 people that have actually watched this show, and
Millions, Chris, millions.
and the millions of minutes viewed on
Dozens
98 episodes of the Beer and Bullshit Show. We got
and
2 episodes to 100, and on the 7th will be episode 99, and on the 28th of February, tentatively, that will be episode 100.
Wow.
Let's see.
That's a lot of
We're
great
gonna do a St.
material.
Patrick's Day show. Well, not on Patrick's Day, but a St. Patrick's beer show. Um, Probably right before St. Patrick's Day, and then the week that I'm on vacation. See, we're gonna do a St. Patrick's beer show, and then 2 weeks after that will be a regular show, and then the week after, yeah, I'm going 2 weeks in a row. And the week after will be the we're all drinking shitty beer show.
The shitty beer show.
So
Okay.
That's going to be a
That's
fun one.
good.
so that would be like the 4th of April.
Oh
So
man, I'm gonna find something really trashy.
Oh, you've got to, yeah, you got to really hunt them out and get the worst. I mean, you can't just, choke out at past blue ribbon. I mean, you got to go for the gold.
you gotta go bottom barrel.
Bottom. Okay.
Absolute
some
bottom barrel.
freaking malt.
Yep.
Like
We
it's
gotta
gotta
go
be
as low
in
as
at
we
least a
possibly
quart.
could go.
It's got to be at least
And
in
I'm
a
not
quart
talking
container.
I'm not talking like high life or anything. We're talking like
Oh,
No, it's got to
like
be pure. You can
even worse
barely
than
find
that.
it.
Even worse
Rot
than
gut.
if I could find like Hurricane or Schlit. Oh well, we distribute Schlitz malt liquor. That's no biggie. Colt 45.
Colt
yeah.
45
Um,
would be good.
um,
We could just have a Colt
I won't
45
drink
show.
Still Reserve. That shit's. Oh.
Ugh.
We even distribute Old English, and I don't think I could hack Old English. So
That is ghetto.
Keystone
Damn, that
Ice,
shit was
Keystone
dope.
Light, Keystone Ice, Keystone Light's fine. Nasty
All
Light.
right. Kudos is going to be to the person that can find a beer can that just says beer.
The beer.
Beer.
Oh, okay.
Hey, back in the day, I remember back in the 90s when I lived out in Colorado.
I remember that too.
There used
I
to
think
be
there is one.
there used to be a beer just in a black and white
It was
can.
a black and white can.
Yeah,
It was just called
and it
beer.
was like generic beer.
It was
Yes.
just
It's
like
like-
an American lager, right?
Oh, it was worse. It was horrid.
Unless if it's Budweiser. I bet you
Yeah.
it was. I bet you
It's
$10
just
it was
Budweiser.
I bet you $10 it was Budweiser and they were repackaging it.
Yeah, absolutely. It had to be Budweiser.
It was a whole nother level of fabulous.
Think about if you had that in a movie.
It
Think
probably-
about
it
how
probably
dope
was
that movie
Budweiser.
would be.
And they probably repackaged it and made generic beer.
Yeah, probably came straight out of the Anheuser-Busch plant. Guaranteed.
So, Amy, what are you drinking?
I am drinking a beer from Adroit, which is like my favorite brewery right now. They're in Centerville, Virginia. I know you guys have heard me talk about them, but it's The Death of Thulu, and it's a beautiful bottle. All of their artwork is amazing. But this is they do these by number. So this is the Ghost 620. Everything they do is a really small batch, and this is a Russian Imperial Stout. And I'm sure it's coming in 12%. Yeah. So It's up there a little bit, but it's incredibly good. I mean, I can't speak highly enough of that brewery. Everything they do out of there is amazing. They did a collaboration with Duclaw up here in Baltimore, which was a Belgian quad, which was an ABV through the roof, but it was out of this world. But I mean, every single thing that they have coming out with, you know, from their sours and gosas, which aren't really my favorites, to, you know, their lagers, their Belgians, their stouts. I mean, they're just doing some really sick shit with their beers. And they're amazing.
Awesome.
I love them.
Shane, what you drinking?
I got some Stones tonight. Go to Stone beer. This is just the IPA.
Is that Stone while stoned?
Yeah. if you get some
everybody
OG
must get stoned.
If you get like some Jack Hare or some OG Kush, I got some Jack Hare going with it right now. It's pretty chill.
I'm surprised Stone hasn't come up with a commercial using everybody must get stoned.
Get some Bob Dylan.
Stone.
Yeah, the beer's pretty good.
I'm just shocked.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm the marketing genius here, so you know.
Yeah. I think so.
What you got going on, Mr. Chris?
The beer's just like pretty dope.
Well, I'm gonna start light.
Their beer is definitely consistent. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
Who?
Stone. I like Stone.
Oh, Stone, yeah. I'm just start light and move on up. I'm having the Sam 76. So.
Mm-hmm.
No, so you're starting with a Sam?
Yeah, I'm starting with the Sam. Move on up.
That was a year the Patriots didn't win the Super Bowl.
Hell no, I'm not rooting for no fucking Patriots. Fuck that shit. I'm rooting for the Eagles, baby.
The Eagles, I think they got it coming. You know, they should take it. They should do this. Should knock that shoulder out of the socket.
So Amy,
play some ball.
So Amy,
yes, Christopher.
Want to go see Slayer?
Yes, I do. I wanted to take the kids to go see Slayer this summer, which I know sounds kind of funny, but
I want to go see Slayer.
But they were playing out on the harbor, and I wanted to take them, but just the way life worked out with work schedules and stuff, we weren't able to go. And now that they're on their last tour, they're not coming to Baltimore.
Oh.
So
they haven't released the
I don't think they have released all the dates yet. They released some of the dates. I know they're going to be in Pennsylvania, and I know they're going to be in Western Virginia, but the Pennsylvania is probably the closest to us. But they're going to be with Lamb of God, which is really cool. They're going to be with Anthrax, which is really cool. They're going to be Behemoth, which is really cool. I'd love to go see it, and I wish I would have taken the kids this past time because it would have been a more kid-friendly type thing. I think all these are going to be in a venue, but I know both of my daughters, even though they're 8 and 6, they both really like Slayer, which is really cool.
I'm gonna try. I'm good. The wife already gave me permission. As long as I go with somebody, okay, I'm allowed to go see Slayer. So. I want to go see Slayer. I've never seen Slayer. I've never seen.
Really? Never?
Yes.
All right. Yeah. I mean,
I've seen Anthrax. I've seen Anthrax. I've just never seen Slayer.
Yeah, it would be very cool, and I just thought it'd be really cool for my kids for their very first like real concert for it to be fucking Slayer, man. I mean, you know, especially my kids in the back of the car, you know, we're going on the road and, you know, like we're listening to music and, you know, my little, like, she's been doing it since she was like 3 or 4. She'll like, my youngest daughter, she'll throw up her horns. She's like, Mom, metal. I'm like, yes. Mom win.
Yeah, that show's going to rock. I mean, you got Slayer, Lamb of God, Behemoth, freaking
Lamb of
Anthrax,
God
Testament,
Oh yeah, Testament.
and
Oh,
the
I
new
love them too.
and Testament came out with an album last year, and it fucking rocked. So
I didn't download it yet. Oh, I know. Lamb of God, they're from Richmond, so I mean, I've been seeing them since they were playing in like tiny, tiny little. I mean, when I say
holes
tiny
in the wall.
spaces, yeah, literally holes in the wall. That like the fire department capacity was like 40 people, you know, and
You know, like in Denver now.
yeah, they were fucking great. You know, I mean, I loved them back then. You know, all the trouble that everybody's been with the band, you know, with Randy and, you know, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And yeah, he was at Dave Brocky's funeral. You know, we went for, you know, with everything with Brocky and Guar and stuff like that. And I don't know. I mean, it's just really, really great bunch of guys. I don't know. I mean, all the bands out of Richmond are awesome. I mean, I want to go. I guess we'll see. I mean,
want to go. I want to go see Slayer.
I know. I just want to take my kids, you know. It's like it's hard to take your kids to shows. Especially like when they're into the music, but you know, they only do shows at bars at night, you know. It's like it's one of the cool things about like Richmond, like when they barbecue every year where it's all day long at a water park and it's all outdoor stuff, and you know, it starts at like 10 o'clock in the morning and it's over at like, you know, 6 or 7 at night, and the kids can see like a cajillion bands. You know, Misfits have played. Obviously, Guar plays every year. Body Count and Ice-T have played. Or, you know, I mean, they've got all kinds of cool shit. The Descendants played. And I don't know, it's a cool environment because the kids can go and swim and watch the BMX and stuff like that. I just wish that, you know, for us old people, you know, they do more shows like that because I dig that shit.
Have your kids gotten to the point of understanding what they're listening to?
Yes.
The lyrics, if they can point them out.
Yeah, they sing along with a lot of it. There's a few Slayer songs that the kids sing along with. They sing along more with a lot of the lighter stuff.
Yeah.
My son right now is really into the Misfits. Which is kind of cool, but kind of creepy because he's still into like the old Glenn Danzig Misfits.
Okay.
So some of those lyrics are pretty fucked up, but he loves it, you know. So I just kind of let him go with it. You know, we talk about it and whatnot, but I mean, I talk about everything with them and try to make sure that, you know, they're always really open with me because I know, like, I remember when I was a kid. My mom used to listen to Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, stuff like that a lot. And then as I got into middle school and high school, that was when the PMRC was really, you know, coming in with, you know, Tipper Gore and all that bullshit.
And her Nazis.
Yes.
Yeah.
And yeah. And my mom would get on my ass for listening to Ozzy. I was like, man, but I fucking loved Ozzy. And, you know, I mean, like, especially a lot of that, you know, like, we're talking late 80s. You know, the style of metal with, you know, Iron Maiden. Oh, my God, I love Iron Maiden. But anyways, my mom would be like, you know, you shouldn't be listening to that. You shouldn't be listening to that. And then I'm like, it took me a minute to put 2 and 2 together that what I was listening to now were the same people my mom were listening to, you know, when I was a little kid. And, I remember when I finally went and saw Black Sabbath in concert, you know, I called my mom up on the phone, you know, like, you know, 20-something years old. Like, Mom, listen, this is Black Sabbath with Geezer Butler. And my mom's like, oh, I'm so jealous. I'm like, this is the shit you were hating on me for in high school, you know? So, I don't know. I'm trying to stay in touch with my kids with it. But yeah, my son likes the Misfits. He likes a lot of the old rap. Like, not when I say old, I mean like old, like NWA,
right,
Ice Cube, stuff like that, which is kind of cool.
My
he digs
mom,
a lot of this. He digs a lot of the skateboarding stuff, so he's kind of getting into that kind of metal and rap, but he doesn't seem to be getting into any of the new stuff, which is pretty cool.
There was a point.
It makes it easier for me.
There was a point I was listening to a lot of hip hop, and I kind of saw the writing on the wall with hip hop, how it was just changing a little bit. So I started getting into like back in the metal. I mean, I was in the metal back in the 80s, early 80s with freaking Maiden, Twisted Sister, freaking
Quiet Riot.
Yeah. All that stuff. I never was into the glam metal. I didn't like a lot of the glam metal.
I did. I got into quite a bit of the butt rock. And I mean, I tell you what, still to this day, you let a Scorpion song come on the radio and you try to change that shit, and I'm going to knock you out. I'll be like, no, man.
Right. The Scorpions, you know what? You know what? The Scorpions, to me, weren't like glam metal. I'm talking about Skid
You're talking
Row
about ass rock, where
Cinderella and Firehouse and
yeah, that was pure faggotry.
Yeah, I was like, nah, you know. So I got out of that.
I'll tell you another one that I've got a soft spot for.
I got into
hip
hop. Got out of hip hop a little bit. Started listening to like went back to metal, you know. Pantera in their heyday, and you know, I remember the first time I brought home a Cannibal Corpse CD.
Yeah.
My mom freaked. She's like, "Who is this? Cannibal Corpse? Who?"
Yeah, I don't. By the time I got into that point in high school, I was like totally immersed in like this weird mix of music. I have always had this complete art fag side of me, which I still have. You know, where like I loved the art faggy bands like The Cure and Depeche Mode, and you know the newer bands coming in like the Cranberries and whatnot, and but they still had this weird heaviness to them, even though they were completely gay. And but at the same time I still had, you know, like this other like weird metal side to me too. And I don't know. I mean, I've always had like music dyslexia. So I mean, like I can go from one genre to another without like ever blinking an eye.
Right. I can too.
I go back and forth.
I can totally do that. Me too.
We're getting a bunch of the old school rap scene going on in Denver the last few years. Like, I think Method Man's going to be here.
Oh, that's cool.
Redman's going to be here. Bunch of other people, and then there's all kinds of people that come from all over the U.S. and even a bunch of guys from Ghana. They're pretty dope.
Oh, hey, there's Scott. Hi.
It's getting big again.
What's up, Nuka?
What's up, Scott?
Much. What's going on, guys?
Scotty, what's up, Scotty?
I tell you what, though, I did get to see Snoop Dogg back in the day, which is pretty cool.
That's cool.
Snoop Dizzle.
So, and I saw Ice-T with Body Count in 1991. I saw him again, which is really funny. I saw him at Barbecue just a couple years ago, and it's funny because, like, you know, there's all the security and stuff, and like all these cops hanging out, and I mean, I wasn't really like stoked to see him, so I'm just kind of sitting back, like having a beer and eating some ice cream, and watching all the people like do their BMX bikes in the lake and stuff like that. And he's like, you know, singing "Cop Killer," and he's been playing a cop on TV, and he's got all these cops around for security. And I'm like, what do you guys think about this shit? And they're like, yeah, this dude's a joke. But anyways,
wow.
But I met Ice-T in 91 at the Lollapalooza, the very first Lollapalooza when Jane's Addiction headlined. Which Susie and the Banshees played that show, which was killer. But anyways, I got a chance to meet him that day, and he's a short little white guy.
Yeah,
I'm serious. I mean, like he's like my size, and he's not much darker than me.
I'm a short white guy.
I saw Ice-T body count when they opened for Metallica and Guns N' Roses.
I saw Guns N' Roses play.
Yeah.
And the way Axl Rose looks now, I don't think I'd ever want to. Oh, I tell you what, I did see this band called Rocket Queen. They're in Richmond. The lead singer, he's an overweight black man, and his stage name is Blaxl Rose. And Blaxl Rose can move like Axl Rose used to move back in the day. And they're quite possibly one of the best bands in Richmond. Yes, they're a Guns N' Roses cover band, but there's a whole nother level of fabulousness there that it's just hard to touch. It's a beautiful thing.
I just seen somebody that played for Founders Anniversary Party that did exactly that. I mean, they were playing like Welcome to the Jungle, and this dude had his moves down pat.
Yeah, this is like a 2-pound, 5'8" black man in spandex with a wig. So when I say fabulous, I mean, oh my gosh, it was fabulous. Just.
All right, so you guys know 50 Cent, right?
Some Curtis Jackson. All
right.
Yes.
Rapper 50 Cent is now a Bitcoin millionaire.
That ain't
so
surprising.
Is he now the rapper formerly known as 50 Cent?
Yeah, 25 piece.
So how many
25 piece?
So how many Bitcoin? Oh, that's 700 Bitcoin. So his name now is 700 Bitcoin.
I bet you he takes up that name too. Little bitty.
Oh, I would totally do it. It's awesome.
Let's see, little bitty.
Little bitty.
They're gonna be like, what? You got money now? He's like, yeah, I'm into that cryptocurrency.
He sold his album, and he sold it for cryptocurrency, and he accepted BitPay.
That ain't surprising. I'm going to start seeing a bunch of people start doing that stuff.
What's Scott drinking?
Oh, matter of fact, right now I'm just sitting here sipping on the Sam 76.
Oh shit!
So am I.
Scott. Man, you guys both got the gay.
Damn. Beer brothers.
That's your long lost boyfriend, right, y'all?
Oh,
you're just jealous.
I'm just stoned, man.
No, I got 12% of evil. All right, maybe I am.
Burr. Some pretty strong
burr.
That's all right. I'm gonna hit the IPAs after this. It's a fucking good beer, though. I'm not even gonna lie.
Me too. What IPA do I got sitting right here? Oh, look at that. I got a Sam's Rebel Grapefruit.
I got some Tropicana and Blood Orange IPAs in the fridge.
Oh, those are good.
Oh my God, they're good. They're so fucking good. They're like breakfast.
There you go, Shane.
What's that?
The dank meme.
Dank meme.
Oh, dank.
Dank
meme. So fat.
Dank meme. You're getting sleepy.
You don't want me to have a dank.
It doesn't work that way.
You just want to taunt me with it. You just want to like fuck with me. Like, hey, look what I have.
So
and I'm over here.
He's not really your boyfriend. He's just a tease. Oh, look at him too. Oh, watch him wrap his lips around it. Oh, look at that. Oh, Shane, I know you're wishing and hoping.
It's bad. It's so bad.
Yeah, look at his forehead. It turned like instantly red.
Why you gotta be like that?
We're gonna, you know.
His face is like blood red now. He's like, oh shit, they found me out, man. I just said, no, don't.
You know, Aussie guy.
Oh, look there! Look, there he goes again. Oh,
right? You know, Aussie guy announces. I think Amy.
He's got that oral fixation with you.
Yeah.
But
I think we're gonna make that channel for Amy. It'll be Amy Girl announces, and we can have her, announce some video clips and stuff. Like, oh shit, look at him now. He's getting all hot. He's getting super hot.
He was.
Dumped some oil on him.
Didn't you see though? I mean, he even licked his lips before he went into it. I mean, he got them all like slick and ready to go.
Dude. Sucks. Yes. Stay with my friends, but you don't even send me any dank memes.
You will wind up being his dank meme.
Well,
I'm not going to respond to that.
I could handle a little more fame.
Yeah, I bet you could.
Stuff.
That's the reason why we're going at this.
I'm not going to go and drive through Texas with a trailer load of drugs. But
you could drive through Texas with a trailer load of dildos.
Yeah, that reminds me of that ICP skit.
As long as you're going to Austin, it's fine.
Oh, shit. I just had an amazing marketing idea.
What?
Scott's got his notepad and pen ready.
Oh no, I'm already on the whole truckload of fake pussies.
Make beer can shots that are shaped like dildos.
Oh my gosh, that's genius.
Hey Scott.
What's up?
Guess what we got in this week?
What'd you get?
Leinenkugel Summer Candy already.
You got that in already?
Yeah. Really?
Guess what still got sitting on the shelf?
In fact, from what I understand, they're going to try to make that all year round now.
That would be kind of cool. I mean, it is a popular beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we still got some of Sam's Summer Ale sitting on the
beer, though.
Shelf and like in our Giant Eagle.
It's really not that
which means Summer Shandy will be out pretty soon. I mean, the Summer Ale.
Mm-hmm. And that's scary because we still got last year sitting on the shelf at Giant Eagle.
Ew.
Well, I'm coming.
Yeah.
I'm coming on to IPA season, so I'm not even trying to hear about that crap.
IPA season's all year round, hon.
No, it gets real good come summertime. They bring out my mango.
Okay,
bring out my
all right. There's 3 months. There's 3 months out of the year that I don't concentrate on IPAs. December,
just stout
January, February.
Yeah, I don't concentrate on IPAs at all. I mean, if I could help it, I'll just go straight straight from like the dark, rich, lovely stouts and everything else, straight into box and then straight into like anything else other than I'm almost giving up on some of these wheat beers too because they're almost starting to taste all the same. Everybody comes out with an IPA nowadays, and everybody's like, oh well. Ours is the new latest, greatest IPA, but at the same time, it still tastes like some other companies or some other companies or some other companies.
No, I had a really good one. Rick and I actually picked it up right before the last beer show, which I apologize for not being on. But it was a mango IPA. Actually, I think I still have the can. Anyways, it was out of a brewery out of Pennsylvania. Anyways, it was out of this world. I don't even think I checked it on Untappd. I was being gay. It was a bad week.
Well, I've had a couple of IPAs from PA that they've been pretty good.
Hang on. Let me see if I can find the can for this one. I think it's on. Hang on 1 second.
So, Scott,
one of the really good IPAs that I've had from was Simcoe Samurai. It was from Pizza Boy Brewing Company.
I had some from Pizza Boy the other day.
Hey Scott,
in the same batch, as a matter of fact.
Did you get some of that Hop Slam?
You know what, dude? I passed it up. I'm like, nah.
I did too.
I'm not paying over here. I'm not paying like $17 for a 6-pack.
Yep. It was
Holy
$17 for a 6-pack here. Yeah.
Yep. No.
This one that I
it's
have
good.
is,
I'll tell you that much. I mean, I've had it before. It's great, but I'm just not chasing these, more highly expensive beers anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
I totally agree with you.
This one was called. It's from a Springhouse Brewing Company, which is
Springhouse. Yeah.
Anyways, it's called the Astounding She Monster.
Yep, had it. It's good.
Anyways, it was excellent. I only got one can just because I was doing like a mix 6-pack, trying to try out some stuff, and I thought it was great.
If you could get any of their shit, hold on, I'm trying.
I did have a couple of their other beers too, but this one, I mean, particularly as an IPA, I thought was excellent.
I've got like so many labels on my damn desk. I'm trying to find it now.
And it was juicy too. It was very juicy. Yeah. It pleased me.
Juicy.
They've got a pineapple one too. Oh, here it is. The Big Gruesome and Little Gruesome.
I had the Big Gruesome, but I didn't have the Little Gruesome.
I've had both of them. Both of them are just to me, they're phenomenal. The Big Gruesome is just their peanut butter stout.
Yeah,
and then the Little Gruesome. Yep, the Little Gruesome is a peanut butter and jelly stout, which is the peanut butter stout with raspberry jam added into it.
Oh, nice. I'll have to give that one a try. But yeah, anyways, next time we head up to Pennsylvania, which we go up there, I mean, with some relative frequency, I'm going to have to try to pick up some of these. Because, I mean, we've got great beer down here in Baltimore, but it's always nice to get.
Oh, yeah.
Especially since, across the country, I mean, not everybody can get Tropicana. But, once they've had it, they're like, oh, my God, this shit's so good. And I'm like, yeah, it's great. It's my go-to beer for Baltimore. But, sometimes I just want something a little different, But
everybody likes to switch up, especially in the craft beer industry. Unless you're one of those... I don't see how people can do this, especially with their, traditional standalone macro lagers and stuff like that. How can you drink on that every single day at a 20-pack at a time? I don't get it.
No. Well, I mean, I guess I could if that was all I had around, but I mean, I like variety in my beers. I mean,
my Boston Lager is my go-to beer. I'll keep at least a 12-pack around me at 90% of the time, just in case I need something else to drink. But at the same time, I like something different. I like flavor. I like variety.
Well, I mean, I have different, I mean, I'm sure everybody thinks I'm sitting around drinking, 12%, beers,
yeah,
all day.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do. Well, I mean, yeah, no, I mean, like Taco Tuesday last night,
decent one.
Last night I was drinking Modelo with lime, and there's nothing wrong with,
and you know what?
Any of that.
You know what? I'm gonna call you out on that because that's cultural appropriation.
I can culturally
You should be eating tacos because you're not Mexican and you're cultural appropriation.
I put sour cream on it, so it made it white.
Well, I mean, here you go. You're quite close. See if you can find these beers. Anything by Spencer. These are the American Trappist beers, because Spencer, Massachusetts, there is a actual abbey, and it's the only American abbey in the world. This is our first one. They originally started out with just their Spencer Ale, which was just a traditional double Abbey Ale, and then they branched off. They made the Monk's Reserve, which is a quad. It's a triple. I also have their Imperial Stout. Throughout the holidays, I've had their Holiday Ale. I've had their version of their Festivus, which was their Christmas beer, which was a lager. All of them very, very tasty. They even do an IPA as well, but all of them are made in the traditional Abbey sense, and they use that Belgian yeast in them.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'll definitely like look for them.
Oh,
I'll just,
definitely. I mean, every single beer that I've ever had from them has just been like A+.
Awesome. Has to give them a try.
And now on to my grapefruit IPA.
I like that. I had one of those about a week ago.
Man, is that the other Sam Adams?
Yeah. Man, this one smells like weed.
It's got the New York City diesel.
Yeah, right.
Smell to it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got that dank, resiny, herbal kind of grassiness going on to it. I'm like, yeah, now you can see this is the reason why the hop is like a cousin to marijuana. Mm-hmm. Oh.
It would be good, like after a long run when you're all sweating on a hot summer day.
Dude, I would sit there and drink this if I was sitting there munching on some bone-in barbecue, and I would just love to just like smash on some like nice, rich, hearty, thick, spicy barbecue and drink one of these.
Brisket.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'll say I have a tendency to throw a little bit of meat out in the smoker out back. Give me some of that.
Damn straight.
Hey, Amy, don't you smoke enough meat?
I smokes a lot of meat.
Chris never sexually harasses me.
You know,
but that's okay because I mean she got this like 1980s like Run DMC look going on.
And you know what? We don't sue each other for it either.
I thought we were talking barbecue.
Already know we're all fucked up.
Is this sexual harassment? I thought we were talking barbecue.
We're talking both. I mean, yeah.
I was sexually harassed earlier.
Mm-hmm. See, like
by that beer
to get sexually harassed. That's like one of the
it wasn't our fault that his tongue slipped into the hole of that beer.
Is that the reason why you come on
I know how Scott was looking at me.
So you get sexually harassed by Chris.
So he can
lovingly lick his beers at you.
He's like,
it's basically this is basically the only safe space for people that want to sexually harass other people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're good there.
Unless you want to support single moms.
I mean, you still could.
Yeah.
So Scott was off when...
Just open wide, Shane. Open wide.
When I said I'm going to Italy, right? Scott was off because Chris asked what the announcement was in January. He remembered. So I'm going.
And we also remembered that you were like 3 sheets to the wind with that stupid like Anchor beer, dude.
Dude,
that was a huge ass bottle.
I had like 7. I had like 7 beers before that. I had like 7 bottles.
You were fucked up as a football bat, man.
You were 3 sheets to the wind, man. Come on, Shane.
He was totally gone, dude.
You were ate up like a soup sandwich, man.
Yeah, but
he was like, should I pour me another beer? Yes, I should.
Only you guys could tell, okay? If you guys wouldn't have said anything, nobody would know.
Yeah, okay.
Dude, he was so gone.
You were wasted.
I think we still got that episode recorded.
I'm pretty sure.
A little editing to it.
Yeah, well, I hung in. Yeah, well, I hung in till the end. Okay, I hung in all the way to the end, and I was there.
You were the end. I mean, you were all the way at the end. I think you went outside to smoke a cigarette at one point in time, and you didn't come back.
No, I take my phone.
I'm I'm sure, like, after everybody left, you were flashing your titties and everything else. I heard about you.
No.
No.
I'm not a nudist, really. No. I'm not a nudist.
They said your name was Jessica, but it was really Shane.
Oh, ouch.
I saw that.
Oh, damn.
I saw that
that
was dude.
Another, that was another.
That beer went almost everywhere.
Yeah, but I would Facebook wouldn't put a hold on me if Shane were flashing his boobies.
No, see that's a problem, man. That's discrimination.
That is discrimination. I feel sexually harassed on that.
Shane was just trying to free the nipples.
It's not the good kind. It's not the good kind of sexual harassment when you try to restrict your freedom.
What?
Unless they're just grabbing your ass for a second.
Oh, well, hey, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, but if you get shut down by Facebook, that's...
Yeah, for grabbing your butt. Be like, dude, I was itching, dude. You can't bitch at me. I had to scratch. Sorry, I was digging for a second. It wasn't my fault, man. I just had to itch. It's all good.
It's just like go like this. Go like
tapeworms.
Go like this.
Yeah, after you're done, be like, oh, damn, son. Oh.
3 more days till Sunday when I got to take.
Be like, what's the problem? Oh, damn, I smell boo boo. Oh shit.
Yeah. See, you got a few more days until you take a bath there on Saturday night.
Y'all got issues.
Of course we do.
Y'all need to wash y'all's asses.
Yeah, of course we have issues. That's why we're on the Beer and Bullshit Show, because we got issues.
Well, yeah, I mean, we got the beer and we love the bullshit. What's better than that?
Kind of a shitty part of the conversation. We should move on.
Y'all gotta wash y'all butt.
Oh. I like that. I like that little comic that I see floating around Facebook. It's the 2 big girls and they're walking with actual, like, the thongs that you put on your feet. They got them sticking out their butt, but they ain't got nothing else on underneath. And they're like, oh, see, I knew nobody would say anything about our thongs.
I think I'm glad I missed that.
Yeah, it was some gnarly stuff.
The Colombia, man, or Brazil, and
yeah, if I'm going to go to Brazil, I'm not going to complain.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Nice. Colombia was nice.
Muy grande a chichis.
Chichis.
Oh yeah, muy grande a chichis.
Yeah.
I don't need no muy grande chichis. I got muy grande chichis enough.
She needs to put a little bit more meat on them bones.
All right, 3,000 metric tons of wheat was recently traded for Bitcoin.
Oh, somebody's gonna be doing some massive brewing.
300 metric tons of boobs.
Oh my god!
3,000 metric tons of wheat was traded for
weed?
Bitcoin. Wheat.
Of weed? Weed?
No, the stuff that you make flour out of. Like you grind it up, you make flour, and then you bake a bread.
All right, shut up, Shane. I'm just aggravating you.
we gonna make a lot of summer ale off of that amount of wheat.
Yeah, it'd be good. But to aggravate me, I would have to have feelings.
That would be like a bunch of like nice little session 4.5% ABV, little sad beers sitting around.
3,000 metric tons.
Is that a 4.5 sad beer?
This is actually a 4.7.
Mine's a 69.
Oh,
just saying.
It's sad.
And
it's slightly more than a Budweiser. Okay.
That's a sad beer.
We could actually go through the historical portion of back before Prohibition. We could actually give kids a dish of beer at points in before they went to school, because it was actually the what called small beer, which was 2% to 3%. And it was actually more of a rebrewed mash that they would give the kids, because they would need to give them substance before they went to school.
Why can't you give them a 12%er and just make them shut the fuck up? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Did I say that out loud? Okay.
It don't work that way.
That was just a thought that I blurted out.
Okay.
Because you get in trouble when you get to school if you had a 12%er.
To be honest with you, I just think that is just, it's, I don't know, man. Society nowadays has just, ever since Prohibition, people whine and complain about the way people drink, and I'm kind of against that, only because of the fact that, you know, some of the greatest men and women of our country have, you know, fought and died in brew pubs, and some of the best ideas have come from brew pubs. And I think we need to go back to that. Come on, look at
some of the one right here, right in the Beer and Bullshit Show.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
We've come up with some very, very good ideas on the Beer and Bullshit Show. And we didn't have to attend no brew pub. Come on.
That's true. That's true. But this is kind of like a brew pub. It's like a virtual brew pub.
Yes.
You just don't brew, and it's not a pub.
You know what?
But
this is exactly what this is. Actually, you know, and Chris, I've kind of talked about this a little bit with other people through the years, and I'm going to get a little cheesy here for a moment, so I will apologize ahead of time. You guys basically give me a night out at the bar where I don't have to leave the house, where I don't have to get a babysitter, where my boyfriend doesn't have to worry about what I'm doing at home, and I can sit down and drink with my friends and really enjoy myself and get as fucked up as I want. And if I want to fall asleep right here on this couch, I can fall right asleep on this couch, or I can go upstairs and go to bed, or I can do whatever the hell I want. But it's my grown-up bar drinking time, because I don't go to bars. I don't do those things. I prefer to be safe and at home, and, you know, not have to drive or not have to Uber or whatever. And it's a very healthy outlet. As a mom and an adult, to be able to spend time with people that I like, and it's good. So okay, there's my moment of gay. So fuck you guys.
Oh my god.
Did you say that you like us?
Yeah, I might like y'all a little bit. Maybe
I've been like trying to branch out. Like this year, I had literally joined the Constitutional Party of the Ohio chapter. I'm trying to get people to realize that, you know, even though people like us, we are not bad people. We are the working class of society. We matter. The people that are sitting up on Capitol Hill. Yeah, I know. The people that are sitting up on Capitol Hill that are making the hundreds of thousands of dollars, their opinions of what we, you know, do and the laws that they make for us, those don't matter. Those you can't enforce those on us because we didn't vote on them. The American people should be able to vote on absolutely everything. We should be able to say, okay, that bill, that law, we want. If we don't want it, kick it to the curb. Because I still believe today that we are without proper representation for taxation.
I still believe that half of the American public are retarded. I mean, but you have to remember, I mean, I live in Baltimore, so I see the shit that they vote for. And they vote for things that absolutely restrict their liberty and restrict their rights.
But at the same time, I don't think that is there anybody around there that would actually, but is there anybody in the area that would teach these people Why?
We're working on it. We are working on it. I've got a group of people right now that I'm working with right now.
Okay.
I've only been up here. I moved up here full time in September.
Right.
And I've already got it in with the GOP for Baltimore City. But that's an incredibly small group.
Right.
I've been going to meetings since last summer with Campaign for Liberty for Baltimore County and working with them and trying to figure things out. But I mean, it's just going to take me a minute, but I'm not incompetent. I've done wonderful things before. And, you know, the area that I used to live in was easy. Oh, this area is not, but throw me a challenge and I'm going to work
what
on
we
it.
say, challenge accepted.
Yep. Always.
That's it.
I'll take it.
I mean, I've joined the Constitutional Party. I've donated what they want within the first quarter to become a voting member. Now, I've also put in a questionnaire to them so I could become their representative for my area for their party.
Yeah,
go ahead.
See, my problem up here is I would much rather work in the Libertarian Party or, you know, another third party.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, I do consider myself a libertarian, even though, I mean, I realize the shortfalls in the Libertarian Party. But in order to vote, you have to be registered party-wise. So it's different from Virginia, where I was coming from, where you can vote any way you want. And I have to, so that means I have to work within the parties. So it means either the GOP or the Democrats.
Right. Same here.
I've got certain considerations that may make things easier to run Democratic primary, even though I'm not a Democrat.
I think,
and some of my candidates aren't Democrats. I don't know. There's a lot of different angles that I'm trying to look at. There's a lot of different things I'm trying to weigh. And I'm trying to look at the people that are running and the people that I'm working with and to see how it's going to go, because I'm in like a severe learning curve here.
Okay.
I think Amy would be a good Democrat.
Oh God.
She would be an excellent Democrat.
How the hell do you figure that?
I knew it was coming. No, but
okay,
see, for one,
I look like a feminist.
Oh God!
And you like black people? Okay.
So I look like a feminist, and I like black people.
Yeah. There you go. You're not racist.
Oh God, there it is.
I could be into that. Like,
Shane's like, I'm down.
A lot of black people.
No, but see, my problem here in Ohio is that back in, like, I think it was 95, 96, or it was 94, 95, the GOP, they just literally got rid of the Constitutional Party off of the ballot and was like, you know what, you guys are small, you guys are independent, but at this time there's not enough candidates, there's not enough reason for you guys to be on the ballot, to be considered as a third party in the state. So they just went ahead and removed them, so therefore you're only allowed to at this point in time vote either Democrat or Republican.
Hey Scott.
Yeah, that's how it is in Maryland.
Hey Scott. The GOP has kicked libertarians off the ballot twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And one of them was the what was he? I think he was like the Attorney General or the Secretary of State at one time. One of them was like Blackwell.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yep, I remember
and
that too.
He took the libertarians off the ballot.
See, in my personal opinion, there needs to be a great divide between the two of them, between the Republicans and the Democrats, because of the fact that I think that it should go like a, whether or not they have X amount of people on both sides, okay, whether it's equal, have an equal amount down the center of them, because of the fact that I think that even if both of them want to ridicule each other, they want to combat each other, ultimately, in the end, you need the American people's opinion and the votes of the American people to decide whether or not you want this shit to go through. Because I'm sick and tired of them constantly pushing stupid shit through that we do not matter, and we need to matter.
I don't think the American people should have to vote for these people. I got the perfect solution. Bring back dueling.
Oh God! Don't get me started on that.
No, I think dueling would be awesome.
Cool, dude.
Hear me out.
Dueling's good.
Don't get me started on that one.
And the Democrat and the Republican running for
totally
office,
down with dueling.
they're like, I'm the better dueler. I'm the better dueler.
Okay.
And then the day before
Pow.
election day, boom, they knock it, and whoever survives
Gets the vote.
wins.
Yep. There you
Well,
go.
see that
Dueling.
eliminates like the size advantage that I don't have. So I mean, I'm
Well, no, you are short anyway.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, but I'm a better shot than those people.
But you probably get to your holster a lot quicker than the taller person.
Well, yeah, because I'm better.
Yeah,
That's the point.
So
Height
height
does not matter.
it don't matter.
That eliminates the height advantage, for men.
Not necessarily, because you are
Not necessarily.
smaller than I am. Chris is the
I'm gonna
tallest
bet
one
I'm-
here, but you're still smaller than I am.
I'm gonna bet I'm still faster than all of y'all.
Dueling. That's the
Yes.
answer. Bring back
Dueling.
It
Dueling.
Probably.
That's the
worked
answer.
it worked for Hamilton and Aaron Burr. Why
Oh God,
not?
there it is.
People?
There he goes, bringing up
There it is.
Alexander Hamilton,
There it is.
Aaron Burr.
Burr.
Nope,
Burr.
Burr.
Burr. Burr. It's all about some Burr.
It's all about Burr.
That's it.
And everybody who's watching this has never taken history or took regular high school history. He's like, who the fuck's Aaron Burr?
Was that a beer
Well,
back in the day?
They're like,
if that's
homeschool
the case,
bitches.
they'll only know Sam Adams by this can right here, or the bottle down there, or any of these bottles up here. They won't know Sam Adams by the rebel rouser that traditionally started the revolution of America.
Hang on, guys. I'm gonna have to excuse you for 1 second. I got a child. What's up?
Smack him around a little bit.
I just gave you some.
I had a scary dream about them Democrats again.
Or we can have a drinking contest right before election day.
Oh,
Take it like you're supposed to.
They just keep drinking until the first person that keels over and out of their seat. All right, whoever's left standing there wins.
I'm still
I think it's
like
a lot less violent.
I'm all in all for the retirement
I
age.
think voting's violent, but hey,
Well,
I
yeah.
mean, because how often are you gonna throw your life on the line to get a law passed?
Right.
So
I mean, there are some
there's not
people.
gonna
I
be a
mean,
lot of
look
laws
at
passed, so that's
look at Nancy Pelosi. I mean, she's now standing there at the podium, sitting there. She looks like she's got Parkinson's disease with her hands going. That woman needs to be put in a mental institution and in a straitjacket and in a retirement home.
Who are you talking about?
Nancy Pelosi.
Oh, Pelosi.
Yep. Chuck Schumer along with her, since I guess they must be sleeping together anyway.
And John McCain. Can't forget.
Yep.
And Lindsey
McCain.
Graham. Lindsey Graham.
I'll even throw in Warren. She's a mental patient.
Who?
Elizabeth Warren.
Elizabeth Warren. Yep.
She's a mental patient. She thinks she's Cherokee or whatever.
I think a lot of those people need to,
but I mean, you have Remember, they're an accurate representation of their voter base. You know.
Well, that's I won't digress there, but at the same time, I won't say anything. I seen a post this evening that stated some of the top 10 worst cities for crime in America. I mean, they listed like Detroit, Baltimore, Milwaukee. The list went on and on for the top 10, and they were at the end of it. They were like, "And do you realize that every single city that is on this list is ran by a Democrat?" I'm like, "Well, of course." But my wife turned around and she was like, "Well, explain to me." She was like, "How does that list have anything to do with Democrats?" So I had to explain it. I'm like, "Well, first off, Democratic ran cities," I said, "are some of your worst ran cities for poverty, for crime, for unemployment, for, you know, welfare recipients, you name it." I said, I'm not being biased. I'm not being demographic. I said, but it's the truth. I said, because if you look at some of these, I said, they want these people on welfare because if you're dependent on welfare, you're going to vote for them. And if you vote for them, that's going to keep them in office. That's going to keep a Democrat there. So they're going to increase your votes and increase your welfare and increase your benefits. That's the name of the game. And if they can't get the American people to vote for them, they're going to pull up the illegal Mexicans or the illegal Guatemalans or the illegal Hispanics, any version of them, any illegals, no matter whether they're like southern border, eastern border, or western border. They're just going to pull them in and they're going to have them vote for them because they're fighting for them. So either way you look at it, they're going to be illegal votes. And I seen a poster already this evening that said that we need an ICE agent to stand at the entrance of every voting booth. I started laughing. And I don't mind immigrants, even if you're here illegally, because there's a lot of jobs that American people just will not do. And there's jobs that I would gladly give to anybody that wanted to do them, whether you're, you know, American, illegal, or otherwise. There's a lot of people that are going to pay illegal immigrants to pick potatoes.
There's no choice. I mean, the only other choice is to let them rot. There's very few people that will pick potatoes that are
right.
Not.
I mean, there's no American that's going to sit there and tell you that they're going to pick potatoes for like $2 an hour in a field that's like 100 acres. They're going to tell you that you're full of shit and that you're out of your mind because of the fact that they want like Walmart pay at $11.50 an hour.
The immigrants get paid pretty good.
Yeah, they do.
Pick every day, like in Yuma. You know, they get paid fairly well, and
yeah,
they're making 10 times or 15 times what they would make in Mexico.
Right. And I've seen that quite a bit, and it's just like most people don't understand it, and I'm like, I do, and I don't. I mean, I'm here constitutionally because of the fact that, you know, even constitutionally, we have laws, we have rules and regulations that we need to abide by. I mean, every country does. I mean, even if you go into some other country, their country's borders aren't open to just anybody, Joe Schmo, and you have to be identified. You have to go through by a certain process, even if you want to become a citizen to their, you know, country. And you have to go through a certain regulation of states. I know it's a big hassle, and I know most people just say open the borders and let you know, God judge. Well, let everybody be free. I'm kind of like at arms with this because of the fact that, of course, you know, God ruling. It's just okay. So if these immigrants that are coming over here want to practice our law here, want to grab up any of our women, and have their way with them. Should we let them?
We can shoot them.
See?
You know what, Scott? That is such a fallacy. All right there. Okay, that's
Can I get a pussy hat?
That's a Trumpism. That is a
Can
Trumpism.
I get a pussy hat? Can I just get a pussy hat?
Because not all these immigrants are coming over here, okay, raping, pillaging our women. Okay, white folks said it back in the 20s and 30s about black men.
What about
Okay.
What about, the same thing was said about the Irish. But what about
about the Irish, the Italians,
wait.
And the Polacks and the freaking.
I was gonna say, what about the Polish doctor that's getting ready to get deported?
Bye.
Yeah, I mean.
I know you know who I'm talking about.
I mean,
we got that store owner down here in Ohio.
Something.
I mean, I'm not saying
he's in shit.
But the thing is, I'm not completely disagreeing with Scott either. I think that there does need to be some sort of vetting. But at the same time, I mean, I come from, like, my family was here prior to the revolution. Both sides of my family. Both sides of my family fought in the American Revolution. So I don't have anybody that in my family that's officially considered an immigrant. So I don't I get it, because I mean, I'd like to see, obviously, my family, moved over here before it was America to try to make, shit better in their lives. Cause obviously their life sucked apparently where they were at. But at the same time, I do know that there's a lot of people that want to come over here and bring their culture, which is that doesn't align with freedom and American culture. So I understand what Scott's saying too.
I mean, there are a lot of people that would read the Quran. The Quran is like absolutely, it's ass backwards when it comes to the Bible and when it comes to Jesus Christ and God. But I mean,
you're talking to. I'm not a Christian, so I mean, like, I don't even want to get on the biblical standpoint.
Right, but I mean, if you read the actual
I'm talking
Quran,
from a pure liberty. I'm not talking about a religious standpoint on it. I'm talking about from a pure liberty standpoint on it. I mean, if you come over here and your goal is to achieve what is supposed to be American liberty, I'm all for it. But if you come over here and think that we're going to enforce your old sense of religion, where, everybody's supposed to do this and everybody's supposed to do that and everything's oppressive, and expect to come over here and expect for us to abide by your old rules, then you can pretty much suck a bowl of dicks and choke on the last one.
But isn't it said that if you come into somebody else's country, you assimilate to the rule of the land?
Yes.
Right.
Yes. So, if you come, I mean, if anybody, I don't have a problem with anybody coming over here that wants to be an American, that wants to be pro-liberty, that wants to respect our values of liberty.
Yep.
But you come over here and expect us to, be it Sharia or, any types of oppression towards, women or children or anything like that.
I have a problem with anybody that wants to kill anybody here in our land.
But I don't have a problem with anybody coming over.
Your neighbor next door could be plotting to kill you.
Yep.
I think my neighbors are plotting to kill me. I'm pretty sure of it.
It's more likely.
I mean, what are we gonna do then?
I got my guns right here beside me.
Okay, well,
still have your guns.
But at the same time, though, okay, you're citing, well, I read the Quran and all that. I read the Quran too, okay?
Yeah, and it still says pretty much if you want to.
Testament of the Bible, okay?
I read the Bible, and the Bible's just as bad as the fucking Quran is.
It's just as bad as Quran. It's just that the stories that we hear.
Religion is anybody who thinks
the stories that we hear from these radicalized Muslims, is a small fracture of the whole Muslim population. Okay.
Right.
And that's the same way that it is with the Christian
population. We had
just
we still have
government is just a small
we still have the Klan, that would love to send blacks back to Africa, or
and I'm still against them as well.
Should be slaves, or women should be fully
Abraham
submissive
Lincoln?
to their husbands, and all this kind of crap. Okay, and they call themselves Christians,
and I'm against them
Would
too
you
because
call the
I'm
Klan
against
a
hate
radical
groups
Christian
too.
network?
Speaking of which, and I hate to change the subject, but I'm going
No,
to
go
a little
ahead.
bit. But did you guys notice that Jimmy Swaggart is back on TV?
No, I didn't.
Jimmy Swaggart is back on TV peddling his brand of bullshit.
What?
I
didn't see that.
Some trouble for some.
He needs more money.
Was he
No, he does need more money.
Give me some money.
I mean,
Give me some money. I need
what kind of
money.
shit did he get into?
But regardless, Chris, I mean, I'm not against immigrants. I'm not necessarily for them either. I mean, and like I said, anybody who wants to come here and be a part of a country,
and the majority of them are
liberty,
and the majority of them
well,
are.
then,
they come over here. They abide by the rules. They abide by the laws. The majority of them.
I don't even care about the.
So
I don't even care about the stupid laws. I just liberty.
Somebody.
I mean, if you come over here and you want to be and you want freedom, then that's fine. But if you want to come over here and you want to oppress the American people,
who's oppressing?
How about somebody shows up?
Then
somebody shows up at the border.
What immigrant is coming over here and oppressing the American people? I know bureaucrats in Washington, D.C. that are oppressing the American people. Worse than any immigrant could ever do. I guess you guys forgot about like the Patriot Act, wiretapping, all that kind of stuff. I don't think any immigrants doing that.
No.
I think we hate the politicians more than we hate the immigrants.
How about that one Mexican that came across 5 different times and killed that woman out in California? He got deported. He got deported 5 different times.
Where our government uses the military and bombs innocent brown people in other countries. I think
like every 20 minutes.
I'm not comparing apples to oranges here, but still. I mean, who's really doing the oppressing?
The bad thing.
Who's doing the oppressing, Scott?
Chris, both of you are right. Scott's right and you're right. I mean, both things that are happening.
I don't see any immigrant smashing down my door to kill me.
How many do you have in your city?
Get rid of the wars and the drug war.
Well, I live in Baltimore, but I have 3 dogs, so I mean, I'm sure that I'm a little safer than most people, but
well, I mean, Chris is.
Get rid of the government. Get rid of the problem.
And I am.
Get rid of the government. Get rid of the problem.
And if you got rid of the government entirely, you would be overran by other governments coming from other lands.
I don't see any governments from other countries.
Because we have a government right now. If we did not have a government, period, then we would be overran by either China, we would be overran by Russia.
The American people have more guns.
Doesn't matter.
Than any other country in the world.
You can't overrun a population that's already living on top of each other.
No, but then you would have somebody else take over.
I'd like to see another country try to overrun us. Sean, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. You're talking that what's that movie back in the 80s? Red Dawn. Ain't nobody gonna come. Ain't gonna unless they float a nuke our way, maybe.
North Korea still has one that can reach Mar-a-Lago right now.
Oh, yeah. Okay. And I sniff glue for a living.
And guess what? Rex Tillerson was over there just the other day, and he said he's seen it. They have it. It can reach Mar-a-Lago right now.
And what news? What news channel are you watching? Fox?
I don't watch CNN or NBC. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, well, Fox News is just as perverted and psychopathic as the rest of them.
Check out ONA.
More.
One American News.
Because they're super right religious.
Huh?
I watched One American News.
Just
Huh? Okay. I'll make sure you're squared away.
Well, Scott, instead of investing in floating stealing my money, okay, to create more Tomahawk missiles to go kill more brown people over in other countries, maybe we should really concentrate on our defense instead of our offense for once.
Well, it would be really
Defense
it
wins
would be really
championships.
nice if we weren't bombing just about every other country in the
Defense
world.
wins
Oh, every
championships.
country. It doesn't matter what country it is, whether
Because, I
it's
mean,
a
I
brown
do think-
country
I
or
do
not.
think
Wins championships. Okay, and then they want to spend more money on military. Why do they need more military? Why do we need more military?
so we can bomb more stuff.
So we can bomb more stuff. Yes.
Yeah,
So we can keep the military
'Cause we like-
industrial complex.
that's what
happy.
we do. That's what we export now. That's our export is bombs. Okay, we're really
Yep.
fucking good at bombing the shit out of other
Yep.
countries.
We
We
can bomb the,
export.
we can
fucking
bomb the shit out of
bombs.
Syria. We can bomb the shit out of Libya. We can bomb the shit out of Afghanistan, Iraq,
But-
over and
but
over and
we
over
can do
again.
it-
What are
do
we
it
trying to
every
do?
20
Make them.
minutes.
What are we trying to do? Make
Forever.
them worse shitholes?
We could do it
Okay.
every 20 minutes forever and ever. Just keep dropping those bombs every 20 fucking minutes all over the world.
That's not our job as a country. Is to keep doing this shit.
No, it's not our
That's what-
job to keep doing it, but the UN won't do its fucking job to begin with.
Then get out of the UN.
That's it. That's what I've been saying for the
Yeah.
last 6
Abolish
months.
the UN.
There you
Yeah,
go.
they have a
Abolish
cool-
the UN.
I have
The
a cool
UN
bottle
was
opener.
the UN was Woodrow Wilson's
Check this.
brainchild, and
There's
Wilson
part. There's
was a
part one of your
racist.
solution right there.
Okay,
Yep.
There's
he's
part
a
one of your
bigot.
Here's
get
the
us
Alright.
out
solution.
of,
If you
get
don't-
us out of the UN, and there's part of your.
What's her name? Nikki Haley.
Yeah.
She's been trying
rid
to
of
do that for like the
NATO.
last 6 months now.
Yeah, get rid of NATO.
Yep.
Get us out of the UN.
Yep.
Get rid of NATO.
Um,
Get rid of the UN.
Well, it won't
Let the
Or get out.
generally
Or
get rid of the
European
UN.
Union
It'll just
dissolve
defund it
itself.
Get rid
because
of it or
we
get
are the
out.
biggest funders of the UN.
Who's got more money than we do? Oh, who's got the printing press?
Nobody
Certainly
will
not you
put
and
in.
me, Scott.
That's what we were sitting there bitching about in the UN within the last couple of months anyway, because they were like, we're the ones putting in the most money. They were like, why don't you
Okay.
put in what you were supposed to put in? They were like, no. They were like, fine, then we're going to start defunding you.
Hey, Scott, don't you think it's kind of ironic if we start you and I we start printing our own currency? We're called counterfeiters, but when the government keeps printing money out of
Thin air.
thin air,
Yep.
they don't get busted.
Yep. Well, see, the way that they sit there and claim that they have legality over this is that they go and sit there and talk to the IRS, and the IRS says that you can gain or borrow X amount of dollars. So then they go over to the Federal Reserve, and the Federal Reserve says that, well, we can borrow X amount of dollars, so that they only print those X amount of dollars, which just throws our debt that much up.
Don't you think it's kind of hilarious that the money that they steal from us, because that's what government does, they don't say,
They steal
please,
it. They don't earn it. They
just
steal
give
it.
us some money. They extract out of us every fucking week or 2 weeks or however you get paid. All right. They extract it out of us. Okay. And do you know that money out of us don't even pay one goddamn program?
No, it don't.
You know where it goes? It's supposed to go to pay on the debt. That's why
I
we
don't.
keep borrowing more money.
Yeah, because it don't.
To pay for programs.
Yeah.
We have to borrow more money to keep programs going. All right.
And that's
The
another
money
reason
that
why I told
we
everybody
get
that I
stolen?
want to get rid of the IRS.
I've been
I
saying
wanna
we
get rid of the
should get
IRS.
rid of
I wanna get
IRS
rid of the
since
Federal Reserve.
1991.
The Federal Reserve and the IRS. Get rid of them both.
I truly think we should have 50 independent states. United, I think
should
the
have the
Articles
United
of
States.
Confederation was a hell of a lot better document than the Declaration of fucking Independence. Okay, and
I will never agree with you on that because the Declaration of Independence was our forefront, and I will always support that, and I will shoot anybody that says otherwise.
Shoot him.
50 independent states. Why do we need a federal government?
Oh, we don't.
The federal government was put there in place to make our they were supposed to be. The original idea for the federal government was to keep the people in the United States safe and to only enact our foreign policies. But they grew too big, too greedy, and then they just ran over everything.
Where are they?
Because the states were supposed to govern themselves.
Yeah, the states were supposed to govern themselves.
Yes.
And power over it.
Any taxation was supposed to be on a state and local level.
Yes.
If they choose to do so.
Well, all of them were in the same. When the 13 states elected this Declaration of Independence, they were all still free states. They were by themselves. They just enacted this declaration to separate them from the tyrant in England. So that just gave us a primacy on how to start our own country and our own government. Now, as the country grew, the government should have still ran on the same premise and only enacted our foreign policies and to make sure that the American people in the United States were safe. And the 50 states in a whole, as we are now, should still be the 50 states. They should govern themselves. And the big government in Washington, D.C., the only thing that they should be doing is to make sure that we're safe here in the United States and to be enacting foreign policy. That's the only thing that they should be doing.
Do you think the United States should engage in trade agreements?
Now, if they're going, I'll say it this way. Now, if we're going to enact in trade agreements, I think that we should put the stipulations on, the same stipulations that we have here in the United States on foreign policy. Like, I'll give you an example because I'm in the metal and steel industry. Our steel here has stipulations and regulations that they have to abide by. Now, if you're getting Chinese steel, they can use certain ingredients, certain chemicals that are illegal here. Now, why can they do that? Because it's cheaper to do it that way. So they're making cheaper material over there than they do here. So, okay, it's cheaper to buy over there. So we're going to buy a bigger quantity over there, and we're going to send our stuff out to other companies across the seas. So therefore, it's like, okay, we're buying 3-to-1. And that's not right because we're supposed to be keeping our money here. I believe in keeping money that we make here. We need to make more jobs and have more people here.
But the problem is, Scott, is that you got some Chinese guy, making $3 an hour while you're making $12, $15, $17 an hour.
Yep.
How can
because of American inflation.
How can you compete?
You can't.
You can't.
Yeah, you can't.
That's why it is 3-to-1 where we get Chinese imports.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, though, we have this stupid thing called inflation.
Yep. And I hate
which is
that
worse than taxes. Okay? Which is worse than taxes.
Right.
Okay? Because if you and to anybody out there who's listening to the show, I want you to do this little experiment because we did it at home. All right. We took 3 months. Okay. It just took 3 months where we took our staple items, groceries or whatever. Okay. And went month by month. Okay. On our staple items. Okay. And see what the cost was every month. Okay. And by that third month, we were paying, get this, we were paying anywhere between 8 to 12% more at the third month than we did at the first month. And we were going to the same store.
Oh yeah, that's what you have to put in that stipulation is that you if you're going to do that, you're going to have to shop at the same place at the same time for 3 months. Because of the fact, yeah.
But Scott,
okay,
inflation can be controlled if we stop printing the money.
Oh, the inflation. I mean, look how much inflation for the same item. I'll just use this for an example. I don't know. I don't know what has changed besides money and government. I'll put it that way. Money and government within the last 30 years.
Do you not have your phone? Do you not have your phone?
For a freaking loaf of bread.
Loaf of bread.
Loaf of bread. That's the only item I'm talking about at this point in time. A loaf of bread, when I used to go to the store for my grandmother, was 98 cents.
Yep.
And now you're lucky to find on sale 2 for $5.
I pay like $7 or $8 for a loaf of bread.
Right. So, but I tried to explain. People ask me, explain inflation to me, Chris. And with the economics minor, I can do this, okay? Because I wasn't taught by the asshole liberals, okay, at my colleges.
Okay.
You know who taught me about inflation? The man himself, Ron motherfucking Paul. Okay, yep. He taught me about inflation. Okay, and he said it this way. Oh, and he said it this way, Scott. Okay, if you've got so much money out there that we can't even count for the money to supply out there.
Oh yeah, no.
Okay,
it's impossible.
There's so much money out there that businesses are like, well, we'll charge whatever we want because there's so much money out there.
Right.
Okay. Now, if we put the reins on that money, okay, and start holding back some of that money, okay, businesses are going, we got to compete for that dollar. So we're going to lower our price so we can get as much of that money as we possibly can.
Hey, Chris.
What?
Hey, Chris.
Yes.
Somebody want to say hi?
Ta-da! There's the man himself.
There's the man himself. What's he drinking? Or he doesn't drink during the week, does he?
No, he doesn't always drink during the week, but I'm gonna give him a sip of mine.
Oh yeah, that's really what you want. He's normally a good kid.
He's only a good kid.
Well, it's good that he has such a good influence.
Well, he's got to be the grown-up.
So yeah, I've had to explain that to people, Scott. On
you would, why I imagine inflation. That if more people need to know. Well, yeah. Oh, of course.
Way too much money out there. Me, in fact, there was a report like 3 or 4 years ago, and I think Amy could probably back this up, that they couldn't account for $6 trillion.
Yeah, they lost it.
You know where that went?
They lost
I'm almost gonna. I just want to knock on wood. I'm gonna laugh my ass off. Yeah, I'm gonna say half of that went to Hillary's DNC.
We probably used most of that to secure the opium
for the uranium deals, right?
There it is.
Yeah, we had to make some deals to secure some stuff like opium and shit.
Half of that went to the Hillary DNC.
I'm being honest.
No, we've got the coke supply covered.
How do you lose $6 trillion?
Yeah, I'm like
cutting deals.
Well, not even that. Remember the Benghazi shit? She was like, "Oh yeah, these missiles were sold, but they just came up missing." I'm like,
you know why they went after Libya, right?
There's a lot of reasons.
It wasn't because of Gaddafi.
Oh yeah, no.
It was Gaddafi. It was Gaddafi. He was amassing gold in reserves. Okay, the people under Gaddafi lived a hell of a lot better than they did now.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it was part of the whole what was it that at that time Libya wasn't under control of the Federal Reserve and all that.
Well,
there were only four countries that weren't under the World Bank or whatever, and Libya was like one of them. And that
let me throw this out there. Who owns most of these world banks?
Oh, the elites, the Rothschilds, the freaking the elites.
One specific man, and he's married into he's the uncle of the grandson that married into the Clinton family. George Soros.
I don't think Soros. I think there's more.
Soros owns 95% of the World Bank.
No, I don't think Soros alone owns it. That's like saying the Koch brothers owns the majority of the GOP. Okay. I think it's a collective.
He owns 95% of the world banks. There's 3 of the world banks that he does not own. He just got Syria's. Syria's was one of them. He still doesn't own the one in Russia.
Left? You know who's left?
He don't own Russia, and he don't own China.
Well, he doesn't own Iran yet either.
And I'm not wanting to see what we get into with that.
Yeah.
Because every single time that he says, I want that bank, we go to war.
The military-industrial complex.
Yep.
It's real. And people just don't think this stuff is real.
Oh no, it's real.
It's an industrial complex.
Oh
Why
no,
do we
it's
got
real.
Like laws and laws and laws and laws and laws and laws on the books?
Yep.
They keep you and me under control.
Oh yeah, they don't want people knowing this shit. They don't want people, spitting the truth out. It's fake news.
Oh, by the way, Amy, if I ever get murdered in the next 2 or 3 years, okay, I want you to preserve this video, okay?
You mean suicided in the back of the head twice?
Your back in case you ever suicided. If you ever get suicided,
in the back of the head twice.
I'm on it.
Yeah.
No, he suicided himself.
Twice. 2 times.
Twice.
Yeah, but if I ever go out, I'm going to go out in a blaze of glory. I'll tell you that much.
I think I'm going to join a tribe and
oh Jesus,
live to be like 150.
He's going to smoke the peace pipe all day long.
Yeah.
Oh, Shane definitely is going to smoke the peace pipe all day long. Wait a minute, look at him.
Oh, we know it.
An ounce glasses last me for like 4 months.
No, I was talking more along the lines of the urban chode peace pipe.
Oh, I thought you were just talking about smoking.
That's your thing. That's your thing.
No, not my thing.
You and Chris were talking.
See, I don't mind when Amy sexually harasses me. I actually kind of fancy it. But you guys, listen.
I'm sorry, I'm a snatch
You've got to reestablish your hetero street credentials, guys.
Yeah, okay. I'm a snatch monster.
I sexually harass them. Because I say that they're secretly in love with each other. You guys say I secretly sexually harass you because I think you're secretly in love with each other.
Oh, too bad. Oh my God.
Trying a new beer.
Is that you trying to rub up on Chris?
Right. What you got? Oh, Shorts Brewing. Nice.
So, this is the first time I've had it, so.
Oh, okay. Well, let me know how you like it.
They do really good beers.
Yeah, they're not bad.
The one I really liked was it was called the Freedom 76.
Yes.
It was a collaboration with them and Half Acre.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. I went back to the store to get more and they were all sold out. It looked like they only had each store only got like 5 cases. I was just like, oh man.
It was a short supply, short run.
It was a short
and
supply.
It was like one of their best beers ever.
Yes. Yes. That was in fact I could probably say, like, I think last year I rated it like the best beer I had all year or something like that. So
Wow, really?
yeah.
All right.
So see, the only problem with living in Springfield is that there's a lot of stuff we don't get, like you would get, Scott.
Really?
I mean, we don't get clown shoes.
Yeah, I keep forgetting about that.
Beers.
So
I just seen that clown shoes entered the, what was it? It was either Kentucky or Tennessee now.
Rick doesn't like clown shoes.
What?
Why don't you like clown shoes? Explain.
Never had anything I liked from them.
Have you had any of their 22-ounce bombers, or do you just stick with the 12-ouncers?
Yeah, I haven't seen any 12 ounces out here, actually.
Wow.
And
I mean, I've got like they're between like Jackie O's and clown shoes. I mean, that's what covers 90% of my desk. I mean, I tell everybody that when it comes to clown shoes, is their 12-ounce bottles are their mediocre stuff, and the 22-ounce bottles, or possibly 24-ounce bottles, are their premier stuff. Now they are.
I mean, a couple of them that are good, but I've had a lot of them that are. I mean, they really are mediocre. Rick's just not as big of a fan as I am, because I mean, especially at the price point. I mean, you got to think about.
Oh God, the price point kills me.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're going for a bomber that's, somewhere between $12 and $20.
Yeah.
And then bring it home, it's disappointing.
It depends on which one it is. I mean, like if you're getting into their barley wine, which is their that's their anniversary beer. Like let's see, I have Billionaire over here, I have Millionaire over there, I have Trillionaire over here. Their barley wine, and it's barrel aged in different barrels. Their Billionaire was an English style barley wine aged in cognac barrels. That was just simply freaking amazing.
Yeah, see, I mean, we're having like their basic stuff, like your exorcisms and whatnot, and I mean, it's not that they're bad. I mean, I appreciate them, I think, more than he does, but they're not great.
All right, here's another example. Flight of the Angry Beast. I think this one was only for Ohio, though, but it was an Imperial Stout and a barley wine mixed, and both were aged in bourbon barrels and Scotch barrels.
All right, which one is this?
That is called Flight of the Angry Beast.
All right, well, then that's one that we haven't had.
And I adored that one because of the fact that it was malty, it was sweet, you got that little bit of a hoppiness, but at the same time you got those, Scotch ale,
Here's the thing is, I mean, we're talking about
things going on.
We're talking about standard beers here. If you can't make your standard really good, what's gonna make us want to seek out your exceptional beers?
Only because of the fact that, like, someone like me, I've already plowed through